my name's Andy Watson. I'm the artistic director of an organisation called Geese Theatre Company. Geese is a charity and a professional theatre company that works exclusively in the criminal justice system, and everything that we do uses theatre, drama, active methodology to invite the men and women that we're working with to think about themselves and think about the process of change. The interesting bit for us in terms of our work is what we do with the exercises once they're finished, and we have this processing of the exercise where we invite participants to reflect back on their experience of what has just happened in the space. Primarily we're asking them to think about what they were doing, what sort of skills, tactics, approaches they needed to employ to make the exercise work. We're getting them to identify some of the thoughts that they might have had at particular moments in the exercise and what feelings were associated with with those thoughts. And equally we might be inviting people to make connections between an aspect of the exercise and some other part of their life.
Anyone who sings in a choir?
Anyone who's an absolute classic theatre drama exercise, and anyone that's been involved in sort of theatre rehearsals will know of that exercise. You have a circle of chairs, one chair for every participant, apart from myself. I will stand in the middle of the circle. I will simply say anyone who, and then I say something which is true about myself. If the statement that I make is also true for anyone sitting in the circle, then they have to get up out of their chair, cross the circle and find a new place to sit in. As they're doing that, I then try and find a chair to sit in, leaves one person in the middle who then says something which is true about themselves. Every single person in the room has found out something new about someone else in the room. But we've also, so that's some of the fact stuff. On another level, there's also been laughter.
Yeah.
There was a lot of laughter in the space just then. A lot of laughter, yes.
You did something that was really interesting in that anybody who's felt ashamed, you brought a feeling into it. It wasn't up until that point, it'd been activity and slightly frivolous. And all of a sudden there was an emotional connection there that was different to just the frivolity side of things.
Absolutely.
That was very real.
What happened to you as individuals when I said anyone who's ever felt ashamed?
There was hesitation.
There was hesitation. What was hesitation about?
Self-disclosure, isn't it?
It kind of went up against the barrier, stopped, moved back, and then carried on. It was like,
It was also good to see how many people actually did get on, because I think there was initially that fear, am I going to be the only person?
But isn't that the point though? Because we looked around and thought, is everybody else going to admit it?
Yeah.
Because I think there is that piece around, I'm okay to admit it, but actually am I going to be the only one? Is it okay to admit it? That whole...
Is the next thing Andy's going to say, now share what he wants?
Exactly.
We did equidistant and bombs and shields, which are sort of two variations of the same exercise really. The first one, people are invited to identify two other people who are in the room, not let them know who they are, and then on a signal they have to try and place themselves at an equal distance between those two people. The second variation we call bombs and shields. They identify one person who is a bomb that they need to stay far away from, and another person who is a shield that they need to try and place between themselves and their bomb. With everybody doing that, with the people that they're thinking about, tends to involve a significant amount of movement around the space.
the equidistant one settled down and got quieter, whereas this one got more and more erratic.
Yeah.
There was a sense of urgency in the second one, almost desperation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's introduced danger, hasn't it? In just with the perception of a bomb. You haven't got that in the first one, which automatically is going to stimulate something with it.
Yeah.
It was more real. There was more of a story.
Yes.
And you had to invest more.
Yes.
And I just exercised by running for 5 minutes.
Excellent.
So there was more risk.
Now, interesting that you bring that up, because if you just look at those two exercises on paper, the second one definitely has the overlaying narrative on it, which for some people makes it a more useful exercise. So it's just worth bearing in mind when you're thinking about structuring the exercises, the techniques, the tools that you use. Some people prefer to engage in something that has narrative within it. I firmly believe you could use those exercises with any group of people, whether they're offenders or not, in any sort of workplace or any sort of setting. Anywhere where people are working with people